This is going to be a very long vlog, I can already tell. So as you can already tell by the title of this vlog, I am starting the ACOTAR series. ACOTAR has been on my TBR for a while now, but it recently went up in the list due to the fact that I've recently joined a silent book club in my city, and I've met some really nice girlies who I've been keeping with the group chat, and majority of them have read ACOTAR and or Throne of Glass and or Crescent City. So I'm a little bit behind in this group and I'm feeling a bit of FOMO, which usually I don't have those kind of feelings. You can't really peer pressure me to reading or doing anything, but I'm feeling left behind, especially with all the videos and gifts and inside jokes that they're sending me. So today is February 2nd and I have officially started reading ACOTAR. I ended up reading the first chapter last night. I have heard that the first book is, I guess, kind of boring or slow. So I've been procrastinating a bit about getting this started. I was originally supposed to start reading this week. I believe the beginning of the week was the 29th. Yeah, and that didn't happen. Instead I read a romance book or a hockey romance book, and then what was yesterday? Thursday night? I read the first chapter. It was very boring, and I had some time at work. I probably had like 4 hours of spare time to read. Instead, I listened to podcasts. I know, it's just my personality. I apologize. So then with the 40 minutes I had left, I put on the audiobook for this because there was no other way of me consuming this book other than listening to it at 1.8 speed. So I've only made it to chapter 4. I'm going to give a big warning already. This is not going to be a spoiler-free vlog. I am going to spoil some things, a lot of things. So I apologize in advance. There are a ton of spoiler-free vlogs of people reading the series. You just have to search them. Unfortunately, that's not what this is going to be. So yeah, I would click off if you have not already read the series. If you have read the series, please join me and my first reactions to Sarah J. Maas and the series of ACOTAR. I've heard so many people talk about this. I'm a big fan of Brittany Broski, and she's also recently mentioned this series. So it's kind of a sign for me to go ahead and get started reading this. Like I said, I am on chapter 4. I don't have a lot of big thoughts, I guess, to say. I do know that the sisters are a bunch of assholes and some shit's going down in the 4th chapter. I haven't really read the 4th chapter yet, so I don't know all that is going down, but it kind of intrigued me when we got to that 4th chapter about something being at the door, and that's all I know. Yeah, I'm probably not going to read anything this weekend. Weekends, I just don't read a lot. I don't know why. It's just my personality. I am very much a mood reader. So if I don't have the time, I won't read anything. So I'm hoping to at least get the audiobook read next week, since I will be doing some desk work next week. But with my classes having had started this week, I don't know how this is going to go. It is only on Mondays and Wednesdays. But I'm having to work and go to school online. So I'm doing homework and classes. So this is going to be crazy. So I do apologize if this vlog is one very long and maybe two non-coherent. Because right now it is 9:47 and I'm tired and ready to pass out. So I won't update you guys until next week. I mean, I hope I can get stuff ready this weekend, but I just know that's not going to happen. Yeah, and that's really all I have to update you guys as of right now. So stay tuned. I'm super excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I have no mind. I have no mind. I have no thoughts. I'm really tired. So I'm just going to leave it here and I will see you guys in the next clip. Hi everybody, welcome to my bed. You don't really see me. Well, no, you actually do see me often here, but you don't see me here. Anyways, so technically today is day 3 of me reading ACOTAR. I did not update you guys yesterday. Yesterday I read more than I did Friday, so I got a long ways through. I did not come to update you guys because I had class, like online class afterwards. So one, I didn't have enough time to update you guys, and two, I just forgot and was tired and ready to go to bed. So that didn't happen. Today I also got a lot further. I'm currently at 61% of ACOTAR. I've mostly been listening to it on audiobook. As you can see, it says 30 chapters, but I'm on 31 currently. So this has been my go-to while I'm working. But yeah, what do I have to update you so far? So as you know, I'm 61% in, so it's, you know, a lot has happened. I think Friday, what was I on? I think Friday she was taken to the gates of Prythian is what it's called. She was taken to the gates. She like passed out. And that's all I was at. Well, come to find out, the giant werewolf thing was actually Tamlin, which I have heard a little bit about Tamlin. I've also seen that meme where someone's dressed as him and he's dancing. I've seen that everywhere. So finally met him. She's currently, I guess, trying to get used to the Fae realm, but she's also really suspicious of everybody. We've also met Lucian, who's really funny, and we've gotten to know them, gotten to know the maid, Alice. What else? A lot's happened. I also have to say, just a forewarning, you guys, which I should have told you in the first video. I know bits and pieces. I don't think I know major spoilers, but then I also think I know one kind of, which was a big thing. I knew from the start before reading the series, because I kind of ish been spoiled, that it's a love triangle and she ends up with Rhys. You know, I expected love triangle, you know, which I'll get into. So I knew that part. I also knew that there was a wedding that was happening, and I think Feyre gets taken away from the wedding by Rhys. I think. I don't know it all. I just know there's that scene that happens. I don't know who she's getting married to. I would assume Tamlin, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, like I said, like what I was reading, she was getting to know Tamlin. He's very angsty and he sounds really hot to me. He kind of reminds me of like Hal from Howl's Moving Castle when he had his blonde hair. It's reminding me of that. And then I keep thinking of what's the English voice actor? Who was it? It's like a big actor. His voice is like going through my head when I'm reading it. And I'm trying not to fall for him. I'm trying not to get attached because I know he's not the one. So that's one downfall about knowing who she's going to end up with. But what I did not expect was her to like catch feelings so fast. Also, a lot of the parts in this book, I kept finding Feyre as annoying. Like, she was like super uptight about stuff that was like, girl, really? Like, can you listen to them first? Like, let them explain. And then she's like, oh my god, they're not so bad after all. Okay, yeah, they like try to explain themselves like multiple times to you and you were not listening. Also, when like we thought she was strong, but actually she can't fight for worth shit except that one time. It's just like small bits that I was finding Feyre to be annoying. Like, really. Also, her falling for Tamlin so quick. Like, girl, you haven't known him for like not that long. And then what surprised me was they did the deed. You know, they had sex. And I didn't expect that. Because, you know, love triangle and all. So did not expect that out the bat. Already on page like 200 or something that happened on. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, we got to meet Rhys, of course. Did not expect him to be the villain. Did not expect the Night Court to be villainous-ish. So yeah, that was pretty interesting to get to find out about that. There's a girl there's a name, not Aorti, something with an A. I don't even remember. Her name sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard the name. I don't know who she is. I know she's a villain because apparently she's destroying stuff or something like that. Something's going on with her. It starts with A, and I can't think of her name. Amira? No, it's longer than that. I don't know. Anyway, so that's all I really have to update you guys right now. I am not going to read tonight. I do plan on reading tomorrow while I'm at work, which I'll probably finish by tomorrow. So I'm going to bring, what's the second book called? I'm going to bring A Court of Mist and Fury with me just in case, to have on me, because I feel like I'm going to finish this tomorrow. I may not be back here to update you guys because I have classes Mondays and Wednesdays. So you may not hear from me. I will try to come and update, but I can't guarantee. Like, legit, my classes finish at 8:30. So it's pretty late for me. But yeah, that's really all I have to update right now. I will give my thoughts more by the end. Like I said, it's just major like, ooh, I didn't see that happening. Ooh, I'm trying not to catch feelings. Ooh, Farrah, you're kind of annoying. Can we like move on? And I'm kind of like, what's gonna happen in the next 30% of this book? Like, what is there to happen? So yeah, that's all I can think of right now. I will see you guys next time. I will see you guys in the next clip on my thoughts. I'm hoping by the time I finish this book. All right. Hello everybody. It is currently 9:26. My classes ended at 8:30. I'm kind of having to whisper because everybody's asleep in the house. So I just wanted to come and update you guys that I have officially finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. So I ended up rating this a 3.75. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but Farrah was really annoying in this book. I had even asked my book club friends, like, hey, am I like the only one who just did not like Farrah? And everybody agreed that they didn't like her till the end, which I have to agree about. Let me see, where did I leave off that happened? I think I left off where she went back to the human realm, I guess. And then she decided to go back and found out that, you know, the castle or mansion was stormed in and everybody was gone and either evacuated. And so Farrah's dumb butt decides, oh, I'm a human and I'm gonna go try to save Tamlin now. Like, huh? What are you talking about? So she goes and do that. Is it as easy as she thought? No. Did someone innocent die? Yes. Yeah, we're pretty much just like thrown into this whirlwind of meeting Amouranth, I think, and just like this crazy evil lady that she is. Also Farrah then knowing that like Fays are liars, especially Amouranth, and agrees to their terms anyway. Also the fact that Tamlin, I get why he had no emotions or why he wasn't showing any emotions, but it's like, girl, I think I would have gave up at that point. Like, okay, well, you can have him actually, if he was gonna act that way towards her. But yeah, and then I kept thinking, like, really, all this for a man? Really? So that was going through my head. We finally get more time with Rhysand, I think his name is. And we can also, you know, kind of figure that, yeah, he is a villain, but for the sake of keeping his people safe. And he doesn't enjoy doing what he's doing, but he also is still an asshole. Also know where, oh, it's not on this book, it's on the original cover. I think first print covers, where it has like the design, which are on her arm. And so that was interesting to see. And then the end happens, and I want to know your guys' opinion. The end happened, and this whole time throughout this book, I was like, how how are all on the fan art she has pointy elf ears, but she's human, and she talks about the other people have elf ears and she doesn't, you know? And I was like, well then why does the fan art have her with elf ears? Well, it gets revealed in the end when she gets resurrected. But not only does she get resurrected, she turns into a high Fae Lord, which make sense. But it was funny because when she woke up and she was like, oh my god, what did you turn me into? That whole scene reminded me of when they turned Bella into a vampire in Twilight. And I wanted to laugh really bad. I couldn't take it serious. So yeah, we're officially finished with this, and the end was like, there's the end to it, and Reese is talking to her, and they're kind of like divulging in like their kind of experience, like being really raw with each other. And then Reese looks at her kind of like in horror, wide-eyed, and then he leaves, and she's like, that was weird. And I was also like, that was weird. So I heard that it gets explained in the second book, and so now I'm on the second book. Currently started A Court of Mist and Fury. I'm only like a chapter in. I'm on chapter 2 right now. I'm also currently listening to, and I wish I known about this in the first book. Let me see if it shows up. Listening to graphic audio which is a dramatized adaptation audiobook of the second book, and so it has like I guess cinema noises, like sound effects and music, and everybody has a voice actor. Say no less, okay? I was kind of annoyed that A Court of Thorn and Roses audiobook only had the female female voice actor. Not that she was bad or anything, I'm just not a fan of just like one person doing voices for everybody. That's just me. That's why I'm not usually a big audio book fan. So yeah, that's where we're currently at. I think this is day 4. So day 4 I finished and then started on a chapter. So not to brag, but I kind of did that. I think I have 2 more days because tomorrow's Thursday and Friday. So if I can listen to the audiobooks during work again, that'd be very ideal. I do have to finish some homework tomorrow during any time I have free time, so that will take priority. But other than that, that's all I really have to discuss. Actually, before I let you guys go, I did want to give a little bit of opinion that not that I was disappointed by this book, but I don't think I liked it as much as everybody else did. I did ended up giving this 3.75 stars, which isn't horrible. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Like I said, Feyre wasn't really my favorite character, even though she was the main character. The whole like doing all this for a man kind of thing. Also, her falling in love with Tamlin was a little fast because, in all honesty, it was like 2 weeks in the human realm and maybe like 1 to 2 months in the Fae realm. So it was pretty fast, and it was kind of like believable, but also like to go to that lengths believable. I don't really think so. So yeah, that is my opinion of book 1. I think I've heard good things about book 2. I think this is where everything goes down, which is why it's so thick. This is a very thick and floppy book. I'm a little bit intimidated, but yeah, this is where we're at now. I hope to update you guys soon. I'm sorry that there's no clips. I've literally been reading this, like listening to the audiobooks while I'm doing work, while I'm eating lunch, while I'm in the car. I mean, like everywhere, and then I keep forgetting to film it. So one day there will be clips, but yeah, that's all I have to update you guys as of right now. I will see you guys in the next clip. Hello everybody, and welcome back. I think this is the 3rd day of me reading A Court of Mist and Fury. So like 7 days in total of reading ACOTAR series. I don't know if I don't remember if I updated you guys Wednesday, which is when I started first reading this book. I was only like a few pages in, maybe like a chapter or 2 into the book. I can't remember because it's Wednesday I had class, so I can't remember. I think I did update, but I don't remember what I said. But pretty much I am currently on page 216, chapter 20. So yeah, I'm a bit far. My thoughts so far. So I finally understand what the wedding part they were talking about, and like all, not the fan edits, but I guess like what fans were saying about the wedding. Now I understand what the wedding is because it literally happened within the first few chapters. Tamlin, excuse my French, is being a little bit of a bitch. I mean, how do you not know what your fiance is going through? I also thought, like, how is he gonna be your fiance so fast? Like, I know you're immortal now, but you can't take this one step at a time or something. No, immediate like marriage. And you're already seeing like the anxieties that Feyre's having to go through and the trauma she's having to go through. I mean, Tamlin is too, but for whatever reason, he's not talking to Feyre or letting her know anything, and is even forcing everybody else not to tell her anything. So she's pretty much like getting more and more depressed, which is really sad. So then the wedding finally happens and she starts to freak out because she's a bit anxious, and also she says she doesn't want anything red, and yet there's red there, and she freaks out. And then comes Rhysand there to help her because she was literally freaking out so bad, which is why I said I understand the wedding scene and her taking, or him taking her away and finally teaching her to read, which like it took how long? Tamlin never even tried that. I don't know, right now this book is just making me upset at Tamlin. I really liked Tamlin at first, and now he's becoming like a prick towards Feyre. Feyre this whole time has been kind of developing powers after being resurrected by like I forgot how many high fae lords. When she wanted to get training from Tamlin, that never happened, and so Rhysand is finally being the one to train her kind of more about blocking her mind from him and writing. Now after Feyre has finally decided to leave because Tamlin is being a bitch, we're figuring out stuff for ourselves. Feyre's going on a lot of adventure. I'm hoping she becomes stronger. And Rhysand, oh my freaking god, I need to annotate, kinda. I really just want to put a sticker on it. I wish I had the audiobook. I know there's an audiobook that I was kind of listening to it on Wednesday, where it's like the cinematic, it's like unabridged, so it's like fan made, I think. Everybody is like a full cast, and I can't get the full audiobook. That's only part 1 is on an audiobook app, and I can't get part 2 anywhere. I can't even like find it anywhere, which sucks because I want to hear Rhysand's voice so bad. But yeah, anyways, the one quote that I've like really liked so far was because Rhysand was strapping on like a knife belt onto Feyre, and she was like looking down at him, and he was kneeling, and she was kind of thinking like, oh, remember when Tamlin was having to kneel his head to Rhysand? Like, was it just him, or was he just trying to act like he was evil? And then he says, did you enjoy the sight of me kneeling before you? Yes. Yes, I did. Feyre, I know you're not gonna admit it, but yes, I did enjoy that. Anyways, yesterday night I was reading this and I did not want to put it down because, I mean, it wasn't that part, but I mean, it was just getting so interesting. I don't know what awaits me in the further of this book. I'm only this much into the book currently. I have like 200 more pages to go, because it's like 300 pages, right? No, it's 500 pages. No, it's 600 pages. Okay, that's a lot of pages. So I have like 500 more pages to go. I lied. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's happening. I'm like 34% in, so we're getting there. Slowly, but we're getting there. So as of right now, don't really have much to update you guys on. So I'm gonna continue reading this because today's officially Friday and I'm just gonna read this all night pretty much. And then tomorrow I have a Galentine's with some bookish friends from my book club, and I probably won't be reading then. So until I read some more, I will see you guys in the next clip. Hello, it is currently Saturday. What day is it? The 10th. Today's 10th. I think I told you guys I was going to a Galentine's with some bookish friends. I'm currently getting ready for that. I have to make a dish for the snack part of it, and I still haven't started it. Yes, I am wearing a sweater. It's currently 71 degrees outside and it's raining, so wish me luck because I'm gonna be sweating my ass off. Anyways, I wanted to come on in and update you guys. So I'm like 63% in. I am currently on page 399, chapter 42. There was a lingerie scene that wasn't really a scene, but like was a mind thought to Pharaoh. It was so freaking good. They're flirting a lot and it's been really good. I did not want to put this down yesterday. I like legit went to sleep at almost 1 a.m. But my eyelids were getting heavy, so I had to stop and put it down. And then I have this today with the girls, and I'm just like, I kind of don't want to go and finish the book because you guys, I have this much left in the book. Like, we're almost there. We're almost there to this book. So yeah, that's my update. I don't really have a lot of thoughts right now. Really, it's just Reese and Pharaoh occupying my mind every day when I'm not reading this book. So hopefully tonight I can read some more, but I really have nothing else to say other than they're super cute and they should just make out already. But yeah, that's all I have to update you guys with as of right now. I think today's the 8th day of reading the ACOTAR series, so that's just a reminder to myself because I do not read this fast, you guys. This doesn't normally happen. I think the audiobooks have been saving me. This one, I try to get the like cinematic, I think fan-made one. Can't get it, so I've just been reading it by myself. If I'm able to finish it this weekend, then I'll probably do the, what's it called? The novella that's in between this one. It's like right after this one. I might read that one and then read the audiobook for the 3rd book. So yeah, that's all I have to update you guys, and then I will see you guys in the next clip, hopefully this weekend. Hello everybody, I hope that you can hear me. It's been a while. I think the last time I updated you guys was Saturday the 10th. Today is the 13th. It is Tuesday. And I have 100 pages left of this book, you guys. I had to stop because if I finish the last 100 pages, I'm going to want to immediately read the next book. And I can't because I have to finish this one and I have to go to work tomorrow. So I can't stay up to read it. So I'm going to read the last 100 pages if I have time at work tomorrow to finish reading. And then I'm also going to bring the 3rd book with me to work just in case I have time to read it. So we shall see how this goes. What do I have to update you guys on? So the last time I talked to you guys, I was on chapter 24, I believe. And of course, right after chapter 24, some things go down that I was like freaking out about. Let's see if I can find them. Sorry, I meant 42. I was on chapter 42. Like I stopped at chapter 42 was the last time I read. And then legit the next page, Pharaoh decided to touch on Reese's wings, and apparently he's sensitive there. And just them and their flirting lives rent free in my mind. So I had to, of course, annotate that a little bit. There are some notes here, some pages that I've saved with them flirting or Reese just being really hot. What has happened so far? Like I said, Reese and Feyre have been flirting a lot. Feyre doesn't really know what this feeling is. She just knows that she feels comfortable, you know, letting loose and flirt with Reese nonchalant. She also enjoys her friendship with everybody. And we're still waiting for the Queen's response. So that all happened. And then they ended up taking a trip to the Court of Nightmares, which they kind of are in the rouge of playing a role that I can't say, I don't think, on YouTube, which they've all agreed upon. And there's a lot of touchy and feeling and some spicy steamy coming around. And also Reese being really hot. I can't tell whenever he's not being hot. So that's also a thing. And then while traveling, they get ambushed by ash arrows that are known to kill fairies. What the heck is that all about? Also, Reese kind of like, hey, you need to leave. And she's like, no, I'm staying here and helping you. And he's like, okay. And she's like, oh my God. He said yes. I've been in such an abusive relationship. I don't know what normalcy is. Some events happen, more flirting with Reese, having feelings that nobody wants to say out loud. I think next, everybody visits the Illyrian camp, and then Reese and Feyre are training, and while they're training, they kind of have like powers for answers to a question. Like, use your powers and I'll answer your questions. And so they train, and she's pretty much asking like what happened with Tamlin's family. What was up with all that? I guess we know that Reese took out Tamlin's family, but we didn't know how. And we kind of learned that actually Tamlin's the one who was a traitor and leaked the information. And his family killed Reese's mom and sister. And so they came out with the revenge, killed all of his family, and in the process, Tamlin also killed Reese's family. So Tamlin lied and was trying to be innocent when he had a hand in what went on. And Feyre's kind of feeling betrayed. And not soon after, they get attacked and ambushed again. And apparently, the whole time, the people who were ambushing them was Lucian. And some, I guess, 2 other court fairy high lords. I don't freaking know. And Feyre was pretty much like, you mess with me again, I'm gonna F you up. I don't want to leave with you. You betrayed me. You never even tried to help me when I begged you to, and you let him lock me up. So no, I'm not going with you. I don't care. You tell my man that he's a WHOREE, you're dead. Dunzo. Bye-bye. And that happens, and then Reese is like, oh my God. And then they keep flirting. And I don't remember how they even like got to the cabin. I forgot what events happened for them to get to the brothel cabin place. So they have to share a bed, which you know how that turns out. And Feyre's like just feeling freak nasty and trying to grind up all on Reese. And you know Reese ain't gonna complain. Anyway, so they do the nasty, and she's like, yeah, I can do this casually. And he's like, yeah, me too. I don't have feelings for you or anything, but okay. And then the next day they get ambushed again. But this time Reese gets injured, and Feyre's like, if it's Tamlin and Lucian again, they're dead for shooting arrows into my mans. Understandably. Turns out it wasn't. It was the evil king guy, people, who had Reese. And then while Feyre is trying to patch up Reese, she goes and finds the Suriel. Is that what it's called? Suriel? To find answers on how to heal him because he's not doing so well. And she's like, oh, you want to help your mate? And Feyre's like, my what? And it's like, oh, you didn't know? Oh, my man. And Feyre's like, wow. The betrayal. The audacity. So dramatic, honestly. Like, girl, of course he wasn't gonna tell you this whole time. You had feelings for another man, you were depressed, and then you were pissed off the whole time. Then you were feeling insecure. Like, a whole bunch of stuff was happening. And of course he wasn't gonna tell you that you were his mate. So she finds out, throws a hissy fit, finally makes up with Reese. And then, you guys, I didn't even think, I mean, I was thinking it the whole time with this book. I wish we had a POV of Reese. Because when he tells her that there has been a bond, a mate bond, since before they even met, I was done. I was like, are you freaking serious? Literally had dreams of her dreams. Didn't even know who she was. And that's why he showed up at the bonfire thing. Because of her. I love this man so much. And the whole time, because she was mad at him, I was like, girl, if you don't want him, there's a line of us. Get in the back. Like, if you don't want him as his mate, bitch, I'm next. I'm sorry, what? So, yeah, that happened. She accepts him as her mate. And they do the more freak nasty stuff a lot of the time. And yeah, a lot has happened. The queens are a bunch of bitches, and they sold out Valerius, and they had to pretty much fight off the evil Wraith. Is that what it was? The Wraith? And his minions. It was a whole show. And now with the 100 pages left, we have to destroy the cauldron. Like I said, something's gonna happen. I know something's gonna freaking happen. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, something's gonna happen in those last 100 pages. Then I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to read the second book. I mean, the third book. So that's all I really have to say about this. I freaking love this book solely for the fact that it's Reese, and also Reese. But Reese and Faye were just flirting and getting to know each other. This whole book was so freaking good. I enjoyed this more than I did Tamlin, the book. Tamlin's was ACOTAR. Reese, my man, is in Mist and Fury. So yeah, that's really all I have to update. As of right now, I do have to say, I don't know if I will be closing off this video, because I think I might do ACOTAR and Mr. Fury as its own part, and then do the last 3 books, the 2 full books and then the 1 novella, as a second part. So if I am doing that, then I will update you when I finish the 100 pages. So yeah, that'll be for another time, and I will see you guys later. Okay, how am I gonna explain this? Okay, so today is Friday. I ended up finishing A Court of Mist and Fury Wednesday, and I also filmed that night, but I did not have enough room on my memory card, so I was kind of talking really fast, and I didn't really explain what I wanted to explain, which also sucked because like my true and raw emotions were in that clip because I had just finished it that day. So I had time at work towards the end of the day to finish reading the last 100 pages. And pretty much my visceral reaction was like, fuck Tamlin. Like, dude, fuck him. Fuck the queens. Like, I hate everybody. It was pure and utter chaos of these last 200 pages that I read. So Faye was trying to get the cauldron. Stuff is not going as planned. They get caught by the evil king. I don't even know what his name is. They get brought in front of all these people who are like, I guess, joined the evil king's court. And guess who freaking sold them out? Effing Tamlin. Dude, F you, Tamlin, so freaking hard. Not only that, but everybody can see that there is a fate bond. Also, Tamlin's like, well, what'd you do? Like, Reese, what'd you do to her? Like, stop this. And I'm like, what the frick is wrong with you? Are you stupid? Then the queens are dirty bitches, and they sell out her sister. Well, no, the priest, Tamlin's priestess sells out the sisters. But the queens bring them to get immortality, because these selfish bitches want immortality, and they sacrificed her sisters. So was it Elaine and Nesta? They both turned into Fae. That was a whole freaking thing. Not only that, but Elaine, no, is it Elaine or Nesta? Nesta? Or is it Elaine? Elaine is Lucian's mate. And I'm like, what the hell is going on in these last 100 pages? Betrayal. Craziness. All going on. Then, because Cassian, or no, it's Cass and Azriel are both like hurt and injured, and pretty much Feyre has no other choice but to feign ignorance and victim that she was actually captured and the mate bond was fake, and she wanted to go back to Tamlin, and pretty much is like, so then Rhysand and Mor and all of them are able to leave, but now Feyre has to go back to Tamlin. The psycho bitch Tamlin, she has to go back to. Luckily, Rhysand and them took the sisters, so now Feyre's using her sister, who's now mate to Lucian, as bait. So Lucian knows there's something going up, and Tamlin's like, oh yeah, you came back to me, like, I'll never let you go. I'm so sorry for everything I did. Fuck you, Tamlin. You what? And like Feyre's like, oh, I cannot wait to destroy these bitches from the inside. Not only that, but then we go to Rhys's point of view. She is now the lady of the court. She is the queen, and we didn't know that because they snuck out in the middle of the night to a priestess and did whatever ritual to become queen. So their mate bond wasn't severed. It was actually his, I don't know what the bond was on the tattoos. I don't know what it was called, but that was broken. But they still have a mate bond, which I'm very thankful for. But I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Where's that book? This clip is gonna be as chaotic as this freaking last 100 pages were. So I finished the 100 pages. I'm like legit in shock at work. I'm sitting there like, what the just happened? And I wanted to pick this up so bad afterwards, but I became crazy busy at work from Thursday and Friday. I thought I'd have time to read this book today, but I don't. I've already discussed that I can't read books on the weekend. It's like sometimes it's like 50-50 sometimes. I'm gonna save this for next week. I have mornings, and usually when I have mornings I have like a lot of time to read, so I'm hoping to get this sucker read next week. Okay, I'm hopefully like within the week that I can get this finished. So this is where I'm gonna leave you guys, on this cliffhanger, just like I was left on this cliffhanger. You guys will have to come back for part 2, which I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to edit this video, read this book, and then edit the second part. So that I can't tell you. But I was so upset that I only had like less than a minute Wednesday to even say anything. And then when I rewatched the video while I was editing some of the clips from this week, that I didn't really get to say all that happened. So I'm glad I was finally able to voice it, and like my panic and utterly like my like legit visceral reaction while I was reading this book was legit that. It was so freaking crazy. And then this book, I heard from the book girls in my group chat, or from my book club, said that this is gonna be sad. I'm gonna cry, and there's also a cringy scene that they want me to read or like talk about with them when it comes up, so that's gonna be interesting. But I told them, I was like, I really just want to reread Mist and Fury. Like, I feel like I didn't get enough of this. I didn't really savor it as much as I wanted to. I also would absolutely love to read the cinematic audiobook for this with Rhys's voice. Would be freaking amazing. But yeah, that is really all I have to say. I did I think I discovered on Instagram. There's apparently a fan fiction where it's pretty much Reese's point of view of this book. And I want to read it so bad, but the girls told me I have to wait till the end of the series, which I'm sad about. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this really crazy end to this part 1 of the vlog. I don't know if it's gonna get crazier or what the hell is even gonna happen in the next 2 books, 2.5 books. I'm gonna end it here. I will see you guys in part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed reactions that I had throughout. I think I have like 2 snippets of my reaction, or like me reading the books. I just never expect things to happen, and so I don't record myself, especially because I'm reading at work, so I can't really record myself, or I forget because I'm so immersed in the book. So I apologize about that, but I hope my coming back in and checking up on you guys is sufficient enough. You know, let me know, let me get your thoughts about that. Give me any of your thoughts in the comments below. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm actually really proud of myself. I think I read these 2 books and within like a week and a half actually, which is freaking crazy for me. I do not read that fast for books, but I'm very happy that I was able to get this out. I don't know if I had mentioned it before or if it was that previous clip that didn't make it. I have not read a series since Twilight. Twilight was my first book, and I read that in middle school. So let that sink in. I'm 26 now. And I only got back into reading in 2021/2022. So this has been my only series that I'm trying to complete. I hope after completing the series, I can read more series. I've always thought that I wouldn't be able to do series, if that makes any sense. I know I just had like this thought process of like, how am I gonna read a whole series? Like, that's physically impossible for me, who can't even get books read, like 1 book read in a month kind of thing. I've been kind of better. I think now I kind of know how my schedule is and how I am as a reader. So I'm very grateful for, you know, trying this, and I'm very grateful for the friends I made at book club and our whole book chat who convinced me to read this series. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry for all the rambling, and I will see you guys in the next video.